Hey, what's up, guys? I am Mike, and today's movie news sucks. I don't like any of it. It could be worse, but I don't love anything happening here today. Starting with I Know What You Did Last Summer. You know what? We're probably not going to know what it does next summer is what it's looking like. Unfortunately, I liked it. I did a whole review for it with spoilers at the end of that video. You can check that out after this if you want to. I liked the movie. But I understand there was stuff in it I didn't like. That's for sure. And I talk about all that there. But yeah, it made $13 million domestically. The problem with that was it was tracking for $20 million domestically, which $7 million in this span is a lot of money. But I don't know how they do the tracking, by the way. I feel like it's osmosis, just magic lies of shit. I don't know how it works. I don't understand people who pre-buy their movie tickets months in advance and all that anyways, but I guess if you live in a big city and you don't go to the theaters by yourself at like Thursday at like 11 a.m. like I do, mind your business. It's awesome. It feels good. It's like a treat you give yourself. Suck me. I guess that's how that works. I don't know how the tracking works, but anyways, yeah, it only made $13 million domestically. It did make $11 million international, which put it around $24 million, but what did it cost? Everything. No, it only cost $18 million to make. So cost $18 million, and its opening weekend it made around $24 million. It's going to make some more as it goes a little bit. And there's going to be people that rewatch this movie too. I found it to be surprisingly rewatchable, and the people who are fans of the franchise, the hardcore fans, I feel like are going to go rewatch it a lot. So I think it should hold on okay. But the problem here is that Sony didn't make a ton of money off of it, number one. Number two, it had bad critic scores, which we'll talk about that in a second because that part of that is just Rotten Tomatoes being a awful broken system who they had this weird moment they went through where they were like, we're going to open up the floodgates for almost anybody. And now their scores seem to dictate what average moviegoers go see when you're looking at someone who there's people on that website. Granted, there's people who do belong there, but there's other people on that website who absolutely do not at all have any business dictating the success of a movie. I mean, when you go through it, it's pretty insane to think about. Audience score is good, by the way. It's got a positive audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. However, the cinema score is a C-, which basically in cinema score terms, a C-. Now, C- for me in school was amazing. It's the best you could hope to get out of me. But in cinema score, it's a big fuck you. I mean, the C- is like, we hate this, we want to burn it alive, and we want to watch it die. We want to kill it until it dies from it. That's a C- cinema score because they're always so much nicer for these things. Audiences must really have not had a good time to give it that. So it's hard to imagine them getting another movie like this, and that's a huge bummer. I hope they still figure out a way to do it. I hope they still decide to do it since they put, but it's hard to imagine. And Fangoria thinks the same thing. Apparently, it's like don't hold your breath. So we can keep our fingers crossed. We can keep our hooks crossed. But I don't. That's a bummer too because I would have liked to have seen it. They tried to market this as almost a super serious requel. And when general audiences who can't understand the nuanced tone that they were going for here, which I liked, and you've got Jennifer Love Hewitt turning around going, "Tell me one thing. What did you do last summer?" I mean, most people are going to go, "Ha, I'm not watching this piece of shit," because they don't get that it's supposed to be campy. So add to that the critic scores, which again, I don't, agree with. Add to that and the cinema score, and I think people didn't go see it. I think it hurt, and I think the franchise might be done. It's a fucking bummer. I Know What You Did Last Bummer. That was pretty good. You gotta give me that one. Yeah, audiences thought it was accidentally cheesy when they were actually being cheesy on purpose. And it's like, fuck, I think we missed the boat on this one. Anyways, moving on, another hot piece of fuck shit news. Judge Dredd. That's right, everybody loves Dredd. Everybody who saw that movie loved it. Critics loved it. Audiences loved it. Carl Urban kicked ass. That movie ripped. It was fucking great. And nobody went to see it. I don't understand, but that's what happened, and they've never made a sequel to it. Same thing we were just talking about with I Know What You Did Last Summer. Dredd never got a sequel. It was talked about, but the money wasn't there. So, let's get this straight. You have a franchise that fans got an installment that they loved, fucking begging you for more of it, and you says, no, people don't care about that piece of IP, apparently. So what you do is you go and you hire Taika Waititi to bring the franchise back. Huh? The last franchise movie that he did, the majority of the fans of that franchise fucking hated it. Sure, it made money. I don't remember the box office numbers exactly, but it's a Marvel film. It's Thor 4. A lot of fans fucking loathed that movie, and it was pretty bad, to be honest. He was just on his silly shit, which I get in trouble for all the time. People are like, dude, just take it seriously. I'm like, I don't want to, Jim. But, like, so I get that, but his shit was just like, how many times are you gonna put the screaming fucking goat in the movie? Like, it's actually, like, you're high on your own supply kind of thing, is what it felt like for me watching that film. Now, I love What We Do in the Shadows, so I'm not poo-pooing the guy as a whole, but just when you look at Dredd, and where that franchise is and what people actually want. Don't tell me Carl Urban's too old, man. He's fucking playing Johnny Cage right now and kicking ass, I might add, in that trailer. And he's got a visor on for the entire movie. He could have played that role for ages, dude. Fuck. That sequel would have made money. I promise you, that sequel would have made fucking money. But instead, Taki fucking Waititi. Why? The fuck? Anyways, the headline, Hot Package Hitting Hollywood, which is... Someone's been spending too much time on Pornhub. Hit me with your hot package. Your gun is digging into my hip. The writer's good. Drew Pearce is a good writer. He wrote Fall Guy. He wrote Rogue Nation. I like both those films a lot, but they say it's going to be sticking a lot closer to the comics, and you're like, oh, well, that's interesting. Now, what that means is the 95 movie was pretty far away. Just more of a Stallone crazy campy movie than it was anything to do with the comics for the most part. Dredd with Carl Urban, you might have thought that, that one's close to the comics. It's actually not, because the Urban version was a lot more stripped down and serious. It cut out all that exaggerated parody of the authoritarianism and the fascism and the satiricalness from the comic book. But it says it's going to lean into world building and dark humor. So they're apparently going to stick to the comics, which is way more about a parody of fascism and all this stuff like that. And they still plan to make it still be a fun sci-fi blockbuster. Those are two things that don't go together, in my opinion. Now watch this thing come out and be a piece of dog shit, but then it gets the box office numbers from people realizing Dredd can be a good property. Because that's what I think happened. I think Judge Dredd came out with Stallone and people were like, this story is stupid, when in reality it's not. Then Dredd comes out, nobody goes to see it because they're thinking about that. Now this will come out, and no matter how good it is, people will be thinking about Dredd. They could have just made Dredd 2. That's how I feel about it. Fuck me in the mouth. Here's the biggest red flags of all. And it just makes me want to roll my eyes to a fucking succubus sun somewhere. It will speak to this moment in culture. The last thing I want Hollywood to fucking do anything is to speak to me about this moment in culture. God. That's the last thing I want you to fucking do. I don't want anybody's political bullshit just choking me to death in my fucking theater seat. Anyone's, on any side. I know politics have been in movies since the beginning. I understand that. But they don't know how to do it with nuance today. Those days are gone, in my opinion. So, yeah. Fuck. I am the fuck! I just spilled coffee all over myself. I must have deserved that. I just got out of the pool and I took a shower. Yeah! This is why in the workplace they don't let us little maggots have soda pops and whatnot. It always made me so mad when you're at work and you'd be like, no canned soda, it's gotta be in a bottle. It's like, I'm not fucking two. And here I am, my own desk. I make my own bedtime and everything, and this is what happens. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Anyways, yeah, I hate that idea. I hate everything about it. I think it's the worst. Predator Badlands had a trailer come out, and I am down on this now after seeing it as well. Dan Trachtenberg's directing it. He directed 10 Cloverfield Lane, which was good. He directed Prey, which I thought was way overrated. Personally, the CG was bad. I thought it got far too away what Predator was about. It's not the worst in the franchise for sure, but yeah, not my thing. Ellie Fanning is a synthetic, is what we learned in the trailer for sure. We know that. And they're also going to tie in Wayland. It's going to definitely tie into Alien. We see that going on there, but she's also super charismatic and probably the biggest reason I see to watch this movie right now. She seems awesome. And like she's going to be a fun synthetic to watch. It's a weird thing to say. I'm no longer digging the Predator man bun look. In the first trailer, I was like, I don't know, I'm digging the skin, like the hairs, whatever, but like I'm digging the skin and the way it looks like they're mixing practical with the digital, because it looked like the skin and stuff looked good, right? But the mouth was all digital looking, so I'm like, it looks okay to me. But now that I've watched a little bit more, they look like his hair looks like those sweet tarts ropes that my kids eat at the movie theater, just flopping around. It's just something about it just looks fake. And I know it's an actual stunt actor in a suit, and I can appreciate the practical effects they do, but everything around him and this pterodactyl and everything, it still has that dulled, life sucked out of it, CG, smoothed over look that just bores me. You know, that worked for Prey in times of COVID when it went directly to Hulu. I'll fuck anything that moves! But it all just looks too fake for me to get really excited about. Like, I want to, but I can tell that this is gonna be just ultra video game looking, and it's just not my scene, man. I'll watch it, because I love the Predator franchise, and I hope it's as good as it could be. But that modern washed out CG look just bums me out. But yeah, I wish I had better news for you guys, but I don't. We'll be live again on Wednesday night, and I love your fucking faces. I hope you guys have a good news. What'd you think about all this today? I hope you guys have a good news. I'm having a stroke and dying tonight.